Hi, it's me again. We are now looking at how to answer question 3 on paper 2. Again, this is an overview. I'm going to hide myself. Just wanted to say hello. I'm going now. So, question 3 overview. As you know, it's about language. It's exactly the same as question 2 in paper 1, except it's worth more points. So you need to try and write at least 3 paragraphs. It can be about source A or source B, so watch out. And it's, yes, worth 12 marks. So you are marked on finding interesting language. So it's got to be interesting language. Don't find any old words in there. You've got to look for things that have got some kind of hidden layer or meaning. Then you need to analyse it, say why it's interesting. And if you do know what that language is called, if you know it's a metaphor, all well and good, name it, say it's a metaphor. If you don't, just say it's a word or phrase. Don't forget, there is a list of language features in the handbook for this module. So do take a look there to revise the names of language features. We're talking about things like metaphors, similes, etc. So question 3. So we're referring now again to the boy lost and how can my son be a year old already? And the question says, you need to refer to source A from lines 18 to 28. How does the writer use language to describe his son? Now, remember, you are only working from the section highlighted. You're only working from 18 to 28. So the first thing you do is highlight that section. They may have actually pulled that out for you already, so you won't have to, but make sure you're only answering about that bit. Now you go to the relevant part of the text, highlighting the language that you think is interesting. Analyze it, say, well, why is it interesting? Remember, you're writing a lot about a little. You can pick out one tiny word and write a whole paragraph on it, rather than going through and picking out loads of different language features, saying, oh, there's a metaphor here, there's a simile there, and not doing any analysis. The important thing you need to do is that analysis. Oh, so, for example, this is the piece of writing you're asked to analyse here. And I've highlighted these bits. This is what I think is the interesting language. Ball of scrunched up flesh. He throws his entire body into it. Dispatches from a million years ago. Blasting ahead. Tiny parts of me along with them. I'm not going to analyse all those bits because it's too many. I'm just going to pick on 3. And I need to think fan. I need to think find, analyze, and name. So I've done the finding. Now I'm doing my analysis. So the writer starts with a metaphor to describe the newborn baby as a sleepy ball of scrunched up flesh. The image of a sleepy ball gives this a sense of the baby curled up, cozy and snuggled. He's safe and protected. The phrase scrunched up flesh suggests that the baby's face is crumpled and creased. He is describing the baby as new and unformed. He is innocent and yet to experience life. So that's why I think the writer has used these particular words. Okay. And I know that that's a metaphor because the baby's not a ball of scrunched up flesh, it's a baby. So I've actually named that as a metaphor. So I've given myself some extra points for doing that. So I've got the find in yellow, the analysis in green, and the name. I knew it was a metaphor. So I've got marks for that as well. So you need to do this 3 times. You need 3 paragraphs. It's a 12-mark question. Here are my 3 paragraphs. Pause the video and have a read through. You could do something completely different if you were doing this. But these are my 3. So pause them and have a read. If you can, try and identify where the analysis is, where the naming is, and where the finding is. Find those fan elements in there. Okay, so that is an example for you. As I said before, if you're struggling with time, 2 good paragraphs is better than 3 rushed ones. So, I put 1 and 2 there. But what I mean is, don't do less rather than more badly. That's always a good rule of thumb. So now moving on to assignment 3, you're having a go at this question. It's worth 12 marks. You now need to refer only to source B, the letter written by Henry to his father. How does Henry use language to try to influence his father? So you are looking for the specific language in the letter in source B that Henry has written to his father. And you're thinking, well, how has Henry tried to persuade him? What persuasive language has he used? Good. Okay. So, as I said, any questions at all, do ask me and Julia. Hope that goes well. Looking forward to reading the answers.